Coming up on this program, we show you how to get connected. Find out how to choose an internet service provider. Discover the newest form of communication, electronic mail.
Ways down and ready to ride. One by one, billion by billion, and holding up half the sky. Raise your hand if you're ready and willing. If you know it's time. Time for a girl on time. Time for a girl on time. Time for
Hello, hello, hello. Oh my goodness. Nancy, thank you very much for 4 months of support. I had forgotten. I was meaning to go back, but wow, StreamYard, or Streamlabs, sorry. Way to give it to me all at once, baby. Hi, guys. You guys are so sweet. Thank you so much for being here, for putting up with my tardiness. You know, that's part of my persona. And oh my God, 23 months. Is that 690 days? Oh, Bill. I was going to say I got your message, but they sent it to Vancouver, not Vancouver Island. That's an hour and a half away by boat. But yes, I'm here. And thank you so much for the support. Thank you all for being here. Seriously, I really appreciate it. We are back onto our new and improved regular schedule, which will start every week on a Saturday night with a big bang. And boy, are we about to hear some big bangs. This couple getting divorced, they're first of all not happy with each other, which we like. Adam! Caught it with my boobs. 10 months, no worries. You're more than welcome to interrupt with that so I can say thank you for your support. Hi, Shane. How are you doing? Captain Snarky's here. NPC. Homage to the court goddess. So sweet. I love it. Oh my gosh. Carla. Boom. That was a quick month. And 10 months of support. You guys bringing it in. Mac the Knife. Hello, hello, hello. Been a while. Nice to see you. I talk about Bruno. You took a nap this afternoon for way longer than anticipated. You woke up at 6:30 and thought it was 6:30 a.m.? So, did you piss them off by being mean or trying to get them to do morning things? Captain Snarky, thank you so much. Mac is sending memberships out. Oh shit, here we go. Yay! Oh my gosh! Mac, thank you so much. Welcome, Captain Snarky. Members only is tomorrow. That's right, every Sunday, members only, but only members only. I'm sorry. That's my line. I had to set a boundary. A Sunday boundary. Members only. Thank you again, NPC. This is a stellar Saturday night. Yeah, we're getting going good, and we haven't even got to the good stuff yet. These people are fighting over a Bentley. Okay? It's going to be a bit of a wild ride. And let's just say, maybe we won't all be happy at the end. Maybe we will. Maybe they won't. I don't know. Demanding morning things and questioning why they thought you were a crazy person. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. I have definitely slept and woke up, but I operate on 24-hour time. I talk about Bruno, just to be honest with you. I do only 24-hour clock. Like my clock right now says 18:14 because I've had people show up late to jobs that I've had, like a manager that I've been, and they showed up at 7 p.m. instead of 7 a.m., which is like useless to me. But it also reminds me of this guy who convinced his roommate that it was Monday instead of Sunday. Mac, you had to... Oh, I love it. Thank you so much. Again, thank you for the gifts. Let's travel by flu powder. Floozy powder, floozy. I am a floozy, I guess I would say. Bill, isn't 24-hour time military time? And if Americans do anything, they do the military, baby. I know that. Thank you for your service. Possibly. Somebody. Anyways, okay, I'm still a little rusty right now, you guys. So I really appreciate all of your understanding. There it is. Also, I would like to point out, I believe the judge up here, Judge Vonda Bailey, she, first of all, has herself off screen. Okay, bold choice. I've done that before. YouTube doesn't like it, Judge, just to let you know. And then second thing, I do believe that she decorates this courtroom and this area right over here every holiday. I believe we are set up here for Valentine's Day. As a reminder, I hate to be Mother Time, but it's the end of February. I disapprove, to be honest. Anyways, we're going to jump right into this here. We have 2 lawyers on either side and actually quite a bit of money that they're fighting over. Not something we often see. Usually people are fighting over pretty much nothing. One time, the meat in the freezer. Literally, if you think I'm joking, I'm not. That was a case that we watched once where the couple divided the meat in the freezer between them in their divorce. What else have we heard divorce couples argue over? Remind me in the chat. We've done many hundreds of episodes, bordering on
Okay.
I think we're in agreement on the businesses.
I'm agreed, Judge. Agreed.
Correct.
Yes.
We're in agreement on the businesses, Judge. So really, it's just vehicles, real estate, and liabilities.
I think we're in agreement on the vehicles. Or did you change that one?
We do have one change.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Vehicles, real estate, and the debts.
And correct.
Oh, okay, let's see. She wants the 350.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, I have them, Julie. You ready? All right, we're on the record and call the number DF 2508335. Counsel, will you please announce for the record?
Brian Adamson for petitioner.
Toria Buckley for respondent.
All right, with those who intend to testify, please stand and raise your right hands. Do you both swear or affirm that the testimony you'll give will be the truth and the whole truth?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. You may be seated. All right, we are here today set for a final trial regarding division of property only, no children. It's come to the court's attention that the parties have made some agreements in regards to the businesses. And the only issues that are before the court is in regards to a vehicle, some real estate, and the division of debts. Is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Yes, Judge.
All right. Prior to going on the record, the parties were able to stipulate to some exhibits. So petitioner's exhibit 1 is admitted and respondents exhibits 1 through 69 are admitted. All right, you all are set at 30 minutes aside. That will include any opening and closing statements should you all choose to make them, as well as any examination. Attorney Adamson, would you like to make an opening statement at this time?
I would, Judge.
Okay, you may proceed.
So Judge, this case has come close to settling several times, not to discuss those settlement offers, but the main issue is who's going to get the properties that produce income rather than the properties that are mainly right now for investment and need to be either rented out or starting to produce income. There's 2 businesses that the parties own. They've each agreed to divide those out. One is called XL Entertainment. That is just a holding company. And what it does is it holds the main income producing property located on Indiana Avenue in Corpus Christi. That's a quadplex. And it's listed as the second property under our spreadsheet. The other company is Mr. Medrano's company that he's owned throughout the marriage and in their previous marriage. That is his property. We're not seeking compensation for that. However, that does produce income. So what we want to do today is in a fair and equitable.
Hold on. First of all, we do have an expert in somebody remarrying somebody they've divorced. But is that what they've just said? Their first marriage? Because we know what that's like around here. No shame. No shame.
Distribution, get mother some income where she can have income coming in just as well as the father. There is one issue regarding a vehicle that mother will testify today that she drove throughout the marriage. The only vehicle that we've agreed will be awarded to her is a Bentley. And that sounds like a great car, but it's upside down by about $15,000 by agreement of the parties. Excuse me, $18,000. Other than that, Judge, our spreadsheet shows not a quick, but a distribution of 52 to 48%. It's a slight offset from 50-50. However, if the mother's distribution from the Barladock house on the top line of our spreadsheet is reduced to 450 from 479.9, it would make it an exact 50-50 distribution, should the court decide that that's in the better interest of the parties. The reason for that is our client has claimed adultery by the father with a transvestite paramour, and mother will testify as to the video she's seen of that activity and the
I didn't know that was coming. Oh, that's what she said. But seriously, oh my God. What? What? I was doing something on my phone, and now I don't know what that was. We have to go back, listen to this 1,000%. Also, strategically, maybe, or just by happenstance, that we can't see her face, but we can see her foot. This is all we're going to be able to see of her, most of this, until she testifies. If she testifies. Holy shit. You know that if I knew this was in here, the title would have been different. Oh, sorry. Okay, we gotta go back. We gotta listen to him say it again.
$1,000 by agreement of the parties. Excuse me, $18,000. Other than that, Judge, our spreadsheet shows a distribution of 52 to 48%. It's a slight offset from 50-50. However, if the mother's distribution from the Barladock house on the top line of our spreadsheet is reduced to 450 from 479.9, it would make it an exact 50-50 distribution, should the court decide that that's in the better interest of the parties. The reason for that is our client has claimed adultery by the father with a transvestite paramour, and mother will testify as to the video she's seen of that activity and the actual seeing of the parties holding hands. And Judge, with that, we just asked the court to do a fair and equitable distribution based on the spreadsheet we have.
Hold on. Holding hands is not the video, first of all, that I've ever seen of that. Second of all, why is that just for, like, oh my gosh, I don't even know what's happening. I think we're just gonna have to watch on. I didn't realize this was happening.
And we intend to show why that's fair and equitable throughout the case. Thanks.
Thank you. Attorney Buckley?
Your Honor, I'll reserve my time.
Okay. All right, Attorney Adamson, you have 27 minutes and 56 seconds left. You may call your first witness,
Call Ms. Medrano to the stand.
right? Ma'am, if you'd have a seat right here and just sit as close as you can to the microphone.
Get your sound off. Do you need me on the mic?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Figure I'm loud enough. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Be on the mic, please. This is our Saturday night.
And counsel, whenever you're ready to proceed.
State your name, please.
Vanessa Ayala.
And you formerly went by the name Medrano, correct?
That is correct.
Okay. And you are currently married, is that correct?
Yes.
And you're married to the respondent?
Benito Enrique Medrano. Yes.
Okay. And you and Mr. Medrano have been separated since what time?
Approximately, I want to say July.
Summer of 2025?
Yes.
Before that time, you both lived in a home in Grand Prairie, correct?
No, sir. The respondent moved out and acquired an apartment wherein he abandoned our home.
Prior to the separation, did you
ye-
both live in a home in Grand Prairie?
Yes,
Upon separation, he moved to an apartment in Arlington, correct?
that
I
is
wanna make
correct.
shortbread. Hi, Cellulite Yoga Pants.
The-
Cellulite Yoga Pants. These people appear to have been married twice. We know somebody that's an expert. Also, this is salacious. She's alleging he had an adulterous affair with a transvestite during their marriage. But yet they've decided on everything except the Bentley? Is that what they're talking about? Seriously? Oh, and all the real estate. Right. And of course, judge is just killing us, giving them 30 minutes. Do you know we've had divorces fight over less money for fucking days. I shit you not. Days we've driveled on about nonsense for stupid divorces. And then she's going to limit these people to 30 minutes each with an opening statement like that?
Home that you guys live in was a home that you two bought together in your first marriage, correct?
Yes, sir.
And in your first divorce, unbeknownst to you, that was awarded to him as his property, correct?
Objection.
That is correct.
Okay.
Hold on
what
a
is
second,
the
she
objection?
stands up.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna object to relevance. We've already stipulated that it's his separate property per our spreadsheets and that it was awarded to him in the first divorce, so it's just not really relevant to today's proceeding.
Thank you. Counsel, what's the relevance?
I'm just doing background, Judge.
Okay, sustain.
I can move on. You guys also,
Objection. No, answer to the QQQ would be, it'll be 4:30, yeah, 4:30 Pacific, which is 7:30 East tomorrow. Yeah. That's what we're gonna do. 4:30. Yes. For members only.
vacationed in a home in Corpus Christi, correct?
That is correct.
Okay, and that home you two have agreed will be sold and distributed in some form of fashion in this case, correct?
That is correct.
Okay. Now, beside the the home that y'all lived in, there are 7 different properties that you guys own together, correct?
Yes, sir.
And all of these have homes on them except one, is that correct?
That is correct.
And one of them is a 4-plex.
That is right.
Out of these 7 properties, how many of them are rented?
All with the exception of the one on Saxit, which is where I am currently residing.
Okay, so the house on Saxit is one you live in, and that's the one that's valued the lowest in the property distribution, correct?
Yes, I was let to live there until the distribution of properties.
Okay, and that home's only valued at $23,000. Is that correct on the spreadsheet?
I'm not sure. I believe that that is the one on Wilson.
Okay, and the one on Saxit then is 160,000.
Correct.
Excuse me. Okay, and right now, the property making the most money is the one in Indiana.
That is correct.
But how much does that make each month?
Each tenant pays approximately $875, so times 4.
Okay, so a little over $3,300 total.
That is correct.
And is it full right now?
Yes, sir.
And have you been managing that throughout the marriage?
I have started managing it since the summer that I petitioned for divorce.
Okay, so you only begun managing it in the summer of 2025.
That is correct.
And have you been in charge of repairs there and what have you
We were
since
mutual.
that time?
Yes.
And tell the court why you're wanting this property in particular.
The reason I'm wanting this property is because this was part of our retirement plan, if I may. One day, my husband decided that he no longer wanted our marriage. I was a stay-at-home mom, and
Objection.
that's the only,
Hold on, ma'am, one
Hold on,
second.
when she stands, you have to stop.
1 second, go ahead.
To relevance about her being a stay-at-home mom, their children are aged out. This is not during the relevant time period of this divorce that they have children.
Sustain.
What other income do you have besides this rental property right now?
I work. I do the rentals of my own property. I also work for Cornerstone Living, as well as I am freelancing with my cosmetology license, something I never got the opportunity of doing.
How much do you make at Cornerstone?
At Cornerstone, I work part-time, which is only the weekends, so approximately $200 a week.
And how much do you make freelancing with your cosmetology license per week?
Per week, approximately $200 plus tips.
Now, that's about $400 a week. Can you make ends meet on that amount of money?
No, sir. What helps me is managing my properties.
The rental money, correct?
That's correct.
And you currently care for a niece, is that correct? You have guardianship over?
Yes, sir. Both
Objection.
of us adopted her.
Go ahead.
Objection relevance. There's no children in this marriage. So what she does with her niece is not any relation to this proceeding today.
I disagree, Judge. They both have guardianship over a niece, and that comes into the fair and equitable distribution with the court's discretion.
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, can
I
I
don't know about that one.
respond?
It's not a child of the marriage.
No, but
Is
it's
she
a party over
adopted?
which both of them have joint
She is
guardianship.
not.
Yes, we have
Okay,
joint.
but for spousal maintenance, it has to be either a child of the marriage or a child that is adopted by the party. So if the child if she only has guardianship, it wouldn't be relevant.
We'll move on.
Sustain.
During the marriage, what vehicle did you primarily drive?
My white Mercedes-Benz SUV.
And that's a 220 Mercedes GLE.
That is correct.
And that car or that vehicle is currently valued at just under $31,000 according to the spreadsheet. Is that correct?
Correct.
And that car has a note on it. Is that correct?
Yes.
And you're willing to take that note as part of your liabilities under the debts. Is that correct?
Yes.
And you're willing to take the Bentley, even though it's upside down with its debt. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
And the parties have agreed that the Bentley's upside down by about 18,000.
That is correct.
But don't you only make $400
During the
a week?
course of this litigation, you also sold off a Volkswagen. Is that correct?
Yes,
And you're willing to take the $500 that's left on that debt as well.
that is correct.
Let's talk about the businesses. Does Excel
Upside down
Entertainment
means
own?
how much you owe still on the vehicle, Shane. So when you buy a vehicle and you drive it off the lot, immediately it loses like 25% of its value. And every minute after that, it continues to lower in value. And what often happens is that people find by the time they want a new vehicle, they're still what's called upside down on their loan. They owe more than the car is worth. So a lot of car companies will just like roll that part into your new loan for your new car, and your payment gets bigger, and you just defer. Nobody's ever right side up, Mac. Nobody ever has anything. That's why they're upside down.
Own anything outside of the quadplex that we mentioned earlier?
To my knowledge, no.
Is Excel Entertainment solely under your name?
That is correct.
It's an LLC in the state of Texas, correct?
To my knowledge, yes.
And Mr. Madrano's company or companies that he owns, you haven't had anything to do with running those companies, correct?
No, sir, not at all.
Do they hold any of the marital property that you know of?
Not that I know of.
We've also listed some other debts. We've got the Bentley, we've got the Mercedes, we've got the Volkswagen, and then there's another debt for the property on Indiana for a little over $12,000. That would go with the quadplex, correct?
Yes, sir, that is a tax loan that I
You took out to pay the taxes on.
take out to pay the
You're willing
taxes
to
on.
take that as part of your
Yes, sir, I am.
debt.
Yes.
And then the last debt that is we've listed here as a separate liability on the page 2 of the spreadsheet is the Amex ending in 2005, excuse me, 2005. Is that right?
That is correct.
And that has about $3,000 of debt on it?
Yes, sir, which I'm currently paying off.
And that's debt that you incurred and you're willing to take as separate property, correct? Or separate liability?
Yes.
This judge decorates her courtroom. It changes all the time. She had Thanksgiving theme for a while. I think there was something else, but it does look like a junior prom or a prom.
Let's
decor.
talk about the split up with the marriage. You
Let's.
mentioned earlier that Mr. Medrano wanted to leave.
Objection leading.
Sustained only,
You mentioned earlier the reason that Mr. Medrano decided to leave. Were there anything that you found out subsequent to the separation that you think helped cause the separation?
Just that, I mean, we vowed to love each other forever through the Catholic Church, but some things don't last forever. His likes changed.
Let me re-ask the question. It's a very simple question. Just listen to it and answer it. Was there anything that you found out that you think helped cause the separation?
Yes,
What?
his extramarital affairs.
Okay.
Your Honor, can I take the witness on board hire?
sure.
How did you find out that Mr. Medrano was allegedly having an affair?
We seen him, and
Who is we?
myself, my niece, and from what I'm aware of, there was also other people.
And when did you see him having an affair?
The pictures and the time I seen him having an affair was,
I'm going to object to her testifying about any of this. To me, it's clear she doesn't have personal knowledge of this. This is something that someone has told.
no, I do have personal knowledge. We've
You
seen him.
cannot-
Hold on,
you
one
cannot argue.
second,
That's
one
not your
second.
job.
Keep asking her questions.
Okay.
I think she's done with her,
You
Judge.
saw a photo. Is that what your testimony is?
No, ma'am, I seen him
You saw Mr. Medrano having.
holding hands with a gentleman that was dressed as a lady,
When was this?
at the Rio Grande store, the summer right before 4th of July,
What year?
this past year, 2025, right before I left the home for good.
Okay, Your Honor. I still think that she does not have personal knowledge of this, but
Overruled.
You've since seen an intimate video between these two persons. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Objection, Your Honor,
What's the legal objection?
that she's going to testify to evidence that's, or a video that's not been admitted into evidence.
Okay, but the question was I can't really say that because I don't know necessarily what his next question is gonna be. So depending on the next question, we'll see. Overruled for now.
Okay.
Go ahead, counsel.
Do you think that the spreadsheet that you and I have outlined together is a fair and equitable distribution of the marital estate?
Yes, sir.
Do you think it accurately depicts the assets and liabilities of the marital estate? Does this list
To
everything?
my
y'all owe?
knowledge, yes.
Does it list everything y'all owe?
To my knowledge, yes.
Pass witness.
Cross.
I will reserve my cross for my case in chief, Your Honor.
Okay. Attorney Adamson, you may ask your next, you may call your, is there anything else further from her?
No, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am, you may return to your seat. You may call your next witness.
Judge will reserve the rest of it for cross-examination. We'll rest.
Okay. Attorney Buckley, you may call your first witness.
Your Honor, before I call my witness, as Mr. Adamson has read, I asked for a directed verdict on the request for spousal maintenance, as her testimony does not meet the elements under Chapter 8 to receive spousal maintenance. She's receiving income from rental properties and she's receiving income from working. Additionally, based on her own spreadsheet, in this divorce, she's asking to be awarded $979,000 in total. And if that doesn't meet her minimum basic needs, I'm not sure how that's possible.
Judge, there's no request on our relief for spousal support. The spousal support was interim. It was needed during the whole case, but as of now, once she gets half the property, obviously it won't be needed.
Okay, so because it was in your amended petition and some of your questioning alluded to it, so are you withdrawing the spousal maintenance?
We're not asking for spousal maintenance. We're just asking for a distribution.
Oh, okay.
And to the extent that they're also asking for a disproportionate share, I would ask for a directed verdict on that because I don't believe that they met the elements of adultery to establish a disproportionate share of the estate. We believe it should be a 50-50 division according to our spreadsheet.
Okay,
Judge, I don't think it qualifies directed verdict. Even the testimony that a man's holding hands with another man, that's pretty indicative of something wrong. And the fact that she said she saw video is also indication. The court can take it under discretion whether or not it's strong enough for a disproportionate distribution. It goes to weight, not to admissibility.
and that's true. The motion for judgment is denied.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
I call Benito Medrano.
Okay, sir, you may have a seat right here and just sit as close as you can to the microphone.
Please do not. This is fucking exciting, though. She knows how to run a courtroom. I'll give her that, Judge. Even though you're off screen, and I know why. Partly, I believe.
And whenever you're ready, counsel.
Mr. Medrano, please state your name for the record.
Benito Enrique Medrano.
And is one of the exhibits in front of you H1, our summary of requested relief? Or you may not have it in front of you, but do we have a summary of requested relief before the court today?
Yes.
And is this a summary of everything you are asking the court to do in this divorce today?
Yes.
And even though you're a respondent, you're requesting to be divorced today, is that true?
Yes, that's right.
And have you been a domiciliary of Texas for the preceding 6-month period?
Yes.
And have you lived in this county for the preceding 90-day period?
Yes.
And what day did you and Ms. Medrano stop living together as husband and wife?
It was
Approximately. It doesn't have to be
Uh,
exact.
April of 2025.
And what was your date of marriage?
It was February of the 14th, 2015.
And is there any reasonable expectation of reconciliation?
No, ma'am.
And were there any children born during this marriage?
Yes.
But are those children all above the age of 18 at this point?
Yes,
And you have not adopted any children, is that true?
that's right.
And are you expecting a child at this time?
No.
And do you believe what you are requesting today regarding the division of your property is a fair and equitable division of the property?
Yes.
Okay. Now I want to direct your attention to our spreadsheet that is in evidence as H2. Can you tell the court what you want to happen with the first property on this spreadsheet?
For 18 East Parladoc, I would like to sell the property and pay the debt, and the remaining we can split evenly,
And why do you want to pay the debt off with the proceeds from that property?
because that's the debt we acquired during our marriage.
And are some of our exhibits supporting this spreadsheet that are in evidence statements from these debts that we listed here?
Yes.
And you're including paying off the Bentley from Miss Medrano, is that true?
Yes, that's right.
And did you hear her testify that that car is upside down
Yes, I
in
did.
value? And so do you believe that paying off that debt helps her?
Yes, definitely.
And on our spreadsheet on line 4, you'll see that we're providing her an equalization payment. Do you see that?
Yes,
And how much is that?
89,000.
And why are you proposing to equalize in this way?
That way it can be fair to both of us.
Okay, and are the other properties listed here under real estate? How did you all acquire these properties?
How did we acquire the properties?
Yes, so when did you acquire them?
During our marriage.
And so our position is they're all community property, is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
And which of these properties are you asking the court be awarded to you?
The fourplex, which is Indiana, the vacant lot on Wilson, the house on Saxet, and the house on Cadena.
And why are you asking specifically for these properties?
Well, we acquired these properties as a retirement plan. Since I work in construction, I think I can take better care of the properties maintenance-wise, and I can definitely, keep them up to date.
And During the divorce, who has maintained the properties?
Uh, Vanessa.
And have there been any issues with her maintaining them?
Yes.
What issues were those?
Well, there's still some issues, maintenance wise, and obviously, um, keeping up with the taxes and things like that.
And when you say maintenance wise, can you just give a little bit of an example of what you mean by that?
Yes, like, for example, if there's anything wrong with the properties, the drain, the bathroom, whatever issues they might have, the tenants might have, obviously she can't take care of them, as which is my job, so I can definitely take care of that with that, costing me a fortune.
And what's the reason that you've stayed away from trying to maintain these properties during the divorce?
Because she's been keeping all the money.
And how much money has she been keeping from these properties, approximately?
Well, we should be receiving like $7,800 per month on rents.
And have you received that money?
No,
And did you notice that her spreadsheet, moving on to bank accounts, does not award any bank accounts to either of you on her spreadsheet?
yes,
But does your spreadsheet account for the bank accounts that you all have?
yes.
And what are you asking the court to do with regard to the checking accounts in each of your names?
We can each keep our own accounts.
And let's talk about your businesses. What is your business that you have?
It's a construction business.
And what is the name of it?
Medrano E-Construction.
And can you explain to the court how that business operates?
It's just like an assumed name, DBA, where I get paid under that name, and then after that, I got me a check and I pay whatever I need to pay.
And when you say you pay whatever you need to pay, can you give some examples of what that is?
Yes, for example, like if I rent equipment, buy material, rent equipment, buy materials, pay a guy or two that might help me.
Okay, but this business is essentially your labor.
Yes, that's right.
Okay, and you're asking that that be awarded to you.
Yes.
And let's talk about the vehicles. When did you buy the Bentley for Miss Medrano?
It was in February of 2025.
And did you buy that for her as a gift?
It was like a family car.
And are you asking that it be awarded to her?
Yes.
And that's even with paying off the debt on it with the money from
Ye-
Barladoc, right?
Yes.
And what other vehicle are you awarding to her?
The 2014 Volkswagen Beetle.
Okay, and did you hear her testify that she primarily drives the GLE 350?
Yes, I did hear that.
Is that true?
No,
Who drives that car?
that's my son.
And is that your son with you and Miss Medrano?
Yes.
And how long has he driven this car?
Like for the past 2 years.
And why why does he drive this car primarily?
He drives it to work.
And before you bought her the Bentley, was she driving this car?
No, she was driving the Volkswagen Beetle,
Okay, so she's never driven this car as her primary vehicle?
not as primary.
And are you asking that that GLE 350 be awarded to you?
Yes.
And if it's awarded to you, are you going to continue to allow your son to drive it?
Yes.
And in this case, did we have to file a restraining order?
Yes, we did.
And why did we have to do that?
Because in July of 2025, Vanessa went into my residence in Corpus Christi and took possession of, changed the locks on the doors, and then took possession of some of my personal belongings.
And in that hearing, did Judge Lee order for her to return some of those personal belongings?
Yes.
If you remember, what was Vanessa supposed to return to you?
She was supposed to return my key fob for my 2015 Mercedes, the trailer, um, the, um, uh, the 2020 GLE Mercedes.
And is the only thing of that list, what's the only thing of that list that she returned to you?
Nothing.
But did you get the car back?
I did get the car back.
And what else did she take from you from the house besides the key and the trailer and the vehicle?
Well, she took my Rolex and my gun collection.
And did we list those things on this spreadsheet
Yes.
and award those values to her?
Yes.
And why did we do that?
Because I mean, she took possession of them.
And have you received them back from her?
No.
Okay. And when you moved to Barladock, when this divorce was pending, did you buy furniture for it?
Yes.
And are you asking that that furniture be awarded to you?
Yes.
And then on the liabilities, we've listed many credit cards here and vehicle loans here that you want paid off. Is that correct?
Yes.
And again, why is it that you want these to be paid off from the sale of Barladock?
That's the because that way we can start fresh with no debt, both of us, and it's just a free thing to do.
And based on our numbers, even if we pay off this debt, which is approximately $190,000, if you look on line 3 up here, how much will you still each get from the sale of that house?
We probably get around. I would get about 300,000, and she would get about 480,000.
And do you think that is the fair way to split the proceeds from that house after paying off the debt?
Yes.
And lastly, do you see at the bottom your separate property? Are you asking the judge to confirm these items as your separate property?
Yes.
And can you just explain briefly what each of these things is?
Yes, it is the Wells Fargo account, which is the Medrano construction, the 1802 Avenue C, which was
We've already stipulated that all the accounts go to the person whose name they're on. It's just not relevant.
Okay.
okay.
And Mr. Medrano, again, do you believe that if the judge adopts our spreadsheet and divides these properties in this way, that that would be a just and right division to you and Ms. Medrano?
Yes.
And in response to Ms. Medrano's spreadsheet, she's asking that she be awarded the Blanco Roadhouse in Indiana. And why don't you want her to be awarded those properties?
I'm sorry, repeat that question.
I'm sorry, we actually are in agreement with her having Blanco, but why is it that you object to her being awarded the quadplex?
The quadplex. First of all, it's not. I can maintain it better because I'm in construction. Anything that goes wrong with it, I can fix. Second, it's not. She wouldn't be making any money if she needs to pay for repairs and things like that. So it's a lot easier for me to keep up with the maintenance and keep up with the property. And again, we bought the property as a retirement plan.
And what do you mean as a retirement plan? Can you explain that?
Well, yes, we acquired these properties during our marriage because it's I don't have a traditional retirement plan. You know, my plan was to get these properties and live off of them. You know, keep up with the maintenance and just rent them out and make income like that.
And are the other properties that you all own, well, none of these properties have a mortgage, is that correct?
That is correct.
And are all of the properties listed here for rental properties?
Yes.
So, except for the land, is that true?
That is right.
Okay, so they can all be rented out and generate income for you and her, is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay. And are some of them, I guess, more ready to be rented than others?
That's right.
And which ones could be rented but need a little bit of work?
The Saxit, and I believe that's the only one.
So based on your award of
You're a
Blanco
good
to her
woman,
and
I have
Taze to
about
her,
Bruno.
she could take those right now and rent them out. Is that true?
Yes, that's right.
You heard Ms. Medrano indicate that you've had an extramarital affair. Is that correct?
Yes.
And have you had an extramarital affair?
No,
Why is this marriage breaking up?
because we just don't get along.
And did she have someone on the side that she was talking to?
Yes.
And when you found out about that, did you leave the marriage?
No.
Did you confront her? Or what happened?
I found out after we were separated. So I never even got to talk to her about it.
Are you dating anyone currently?
No.
And so do you deny her allegation that you've had an affair?
Yes.
Can you pinpoint for the court if there is anything specific that led to you all finally separating for a second time and wanting to dissolve this marriage?
Well, yeah, we just don't get along. We just we got different opinions. We got different point of views, and we just we can't be together.
And so are you asking that the court grant the divorce based on insupportability?
Yes.
Pass the witness, Your Honor.
Okay.
Mr. Medrano, how long have you owned Medrano Construction?
Since 2008.
Approximately how much money did Medrano Construction make in 2025?
Your Honor, I'm going to object because I thought we had an agreement that he was going to be awarded this. I thought this was already agreed.
We absolutely do, Judge, but she's the one that brought up Medrano Construction. I should be able to follow up.
Okay, if it's not gonna help with my decision, I mean, you can use your time however you like.
It will, Judge. Here's what I'm trying to argue, and you tell me. I can move on if you want, but
Okay,
he's already making income. She needs income. A fair and equitable distribution would allow her to make income from day one. And that's what I'm trying to show. He's already making income, and he's trying to take all the properties that produce income currently.
Your Honor,
That's the argument.
that completely misstates the testimony and the evidence. He just testified.
That's why I'm trying to elicit it, Judge.
for 1 second, you all cannot speak over each
I'm
other.
sorry, that's my fault.
Go ahead, Attorney Booker.
Mr. Medrano just testified that the only property that's not ready to rent out right now is one that he's asking be awarded to him. The others are ready to rent out. And I'm not sure Mr. Adamson is correctly remembering that his client testified that she's working and making money. So they both have equal opportunity to rent out the properties once they're awarded to them, to whomever they need to generate rental income in addition to their work.
Yeah, I'm scrolling back on the transcript. She did say she was working.
200 a week. Yeah, she's banking.
Well,
I should be able to show that he's making a lot of money and she's not. And that's why she needs the quadplex. I mean, that's the best argument we have. This isn't a fair and equitable. This is, he takes everything he wants and gives her what he doesn't. I'm trying to show it needs to be fair and equitable.
okay, well, I mean, the court has the discretion to determine a just and right division, so. I mean, with that, I don't necessarily know if the argument is necessary. You can just keep asking your questions.
Does Medrano Construction make money each year?
Yes.
During the course of the marriage, were you able to buy a Bentley and 2 Mercedes with it?
Yes, sir.
2 jet skis,
That's right.
2 trucks,
Yes, sir.
and 7 properties? Correct?
Not completely from Medrano Construction.
Okay. The property on Indiana is the only one in the name of Excel Entertainment, correct?
That is correct.
And that's an LLC solely in Miss Medrano's name, correct?
That's right.
As far as the liabilities go, our spreadsheet lists 3 of the liabilities as separate property. There's a personal loan from Amex that ends in account number 61004 for $16,805. Are you familiar with that?
Yes, sir.
Why was that loan taken out?
That was taken out to support my family when work slows down.
That was taken out post-separation, correct?
Yes.
The house that you live in right now is in Grand Prairie, correct?
That's right.
And you invited Ms. Madrano to stay with you during the pendency of this trial, correct? In your house in Grand Prairie?
No, she wanted to stay there.
So you guys had that discussion?
Yes.
Okay. Let me ask you this. If Ms. Madrano is only making $400 a week with her cosmetology license and her work with a company that started with a C, Cornerstone Living, would you agree that she can't live off that amount of money?
Yeah, that's right. She's at the moment making more than me.
$800 a week is more than you make
Well, at the moment, I'm not working.
voluntarily, correct?
No, sir, there's no work for me. It's
How are you
it's a
paying-
slow season.
How are you paying the bills that you've been ordered to pay by the court that have been kept up?
By acquiring loans.
So you have additional loans that aren't on this liability spreadsheet?
Yes, sir.
Would it be fair to say that Madrano Construction could start making money tomorrow if it wanted to?
If there's work, yes.
Okay. And you're in agreement that each party's going to keep their own bank accounts in their own name, correct?
That's right.
And the GLE Mercedes, you're not wanting for yourself, you want to give it to your son, correct?
Yes, that's the one he drives.
And your wife drove it through most of the marriage, correct?
Part of the marriage, yes.
Okay. Let's talk about Barladoc, because you claimed you had to file a TRO. Isn't it true that you only claimed to live in Barladoc because she moved down there?
No, that
Is
wasn't.
it true that you had a primary home in Grand Prairie at that time?
Yes, the house that she was living
Isn't it
in.
also true that you have a vacant lot behind the home on Grand Prairie where you keep all your heavy equipment from Madrano Construction?
Yes, that's right.
Who takes care of the homes in Laredo?
I do.
Is it fair to say that with your construction background, you could maintain any of these homes better than Ms. Madrano could by herself?
Yes.
So would you agree that that should have no credence in what the judge awards and to whom they award it? She awards it? Would you agree that that's not fair to really consider that? Otherwise, you'd get everything, right?
Objection, Your Honor. He's not asking for everything.
Moving on, Judge.
Okay, go ahead.
Pass the witness.
All right, anything further from this witness?
Yes, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
Mr. Madrano, you just said that you have an additional loan that's not on the spreadsheet. What loan is that?
Objection, Judge, to relevance, and if it's not been given to us, it shouldn't be brought up in this case. It's not been disclosed or anything.
Has the loan been disclosed?
I don't know. He just testified to that because he asked, so I'm following up on that line of testimony.
Okay, overruled, the court needs to know if there's another loan, especially if we're talking about, dividing debts.
Mr. Madrano, what loan did you just reference when Mr. Adamson asked you about the debts?
But paying the bills, yes. I borrowed $7,000 from a neighbor to pay my bills.
And when did you do that?
2 weeks ago.
And it was cash,
It was, yes, it was cash.
but are you planning to pay him back?
Yes.
And is that something that that we can put in your column, the $7,000?
Yes.
Or is that something, how do you want to pay that off? Is that something that you want to pay off when you sell Barladoc?
Yeah, that's we.
These folks are rich, Mikey. I'm eating mango. Mango, and thank you, my beautiful pearl necklace. Love it. Wore it all day. Love this mango. This bag is empty, as you can see. And it was like 2 pounds, 2.5 pounds. So good. So good. Hope you are good. These people are fighting over a Bentley, houses, and I don't know if Judge is having it or not. I really don't. I'm honestly starving. That's why I'm trying to snack on my little, like, snacks. Because I'm starving. I wish I was eating dinner right now. Like, right now.
I can do that. I can just pay that off when we sell Barladoc.
Okay, and you mentioned that you're not working right now. And why aren't you working right now?
It's slow season for me for construction.
And do you expect that that will change?
Yes, I'm hoping that it'll change in a couple of months.
And according to our spreadsheet, How much money will Ms. Madrano walk away with at the end of this case?
According to our spreadsheet, see,
It's at the line 54.
400 and,
Right above the yellow.
yeah,
50%.
946,000.
And do you think that's sufficient for her to meet her minimum basic needs?
More than sufficient, yes.
And do you think that's sufficient even if she continues to choose to make $400 a month?
Oh, yes.
And what is her degree in?
She's got a cosmetology license.
And did she work during your marriage?
Yes, off and on, yes.
And has she worked during this divorce?
That I don't know.
Okay, pass the witness.
Anything further from this witness?
Were you working in Austin yesterday?
Yes,
Pass the witness.
Right? I have a question. Have your marriage become insupportable due to conflict of discourse that destroys the legitimate ends of the marriage relationship?
yes,
Is there any chance of reconciliation?
no.
Okay, you may return to your seat.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Counsel, you may call your next witness.
I'll call Ms. Madrano.
All right, Ms. Madrano, you may have a seat.
Brooklyn making me laugh.
Same thing as last time, the first time you were up here.
Oh, there's the wife. There's the wife again. I would not have worn that outfit. No fucking way. No.
And whenever you're ready, counsel.
Red.
Ma'am, when did you
Power.
start working the 2 jobs you testified to earlier?
I've been working at Cornerstone Living for about 2 years now.
And where is that located?
That is here in Dallas, Texas, and there's also a Cornerstone Living in Corpus Christi.
And which one do you work at?
I currently work at the one in Corpus Christi because that's where I actually reside.
Okay, and you're making $200 a week, is that true?
That's correct. I only work weekends
And why do you only work weekends?
because that's what I chose so that I can freelance with my cosmetology license since now I don't have any support
Objection,
from
non-responsive.
my husband.
Sustained. The question was, and why do you only work weekends?
I would just say non-responsive after she said, that's my choice, or she said something along that.
Because that's the only client I
That's
have.
what I choose to do.
Okay, sustained after, because that's what I choose.
Miss, do you agree that the properties were all intended to be rental properties and generate income?
As far as I'm concerned, that's what my husband stated they were for.
Okay. Pass the witness.
Okay. Anything further?
Just to recap a little bit, you chose to work weekends so that you could build up your cosmetology clientele, correct?
Yes, sir. I only have one client at the moment and he only needs me weekends.
So why not work more with sorry, I keep forgetting the name, Cornerstone, instead of your marriage or your cosmetology license?
Because I only have one client at the moment and he
With
only
Cornerstone.
requests weekends,
Okay.
correct?
Okay, so it's not that you're choosing to work part-time, that's what's available.
That's correct.
As far as the rentals go, do you know if Laredo homes are being rented right now?
I have never had
Easy
any,
question, do you know
no.
if they're being rented right now?
no, I don't know.
But you do know about Indiana,
Yes,
and you do take care of that currently.
that is correct.
Pass the witness.
Okay,
No further questions. for this
all
witness.
right, ma'am, you may return to your seat. Counsel, you may call your next witness.
I don't have any further witnesses.
All right, so you rest.
Yes, Your Honor.
With Attorney Adamson, would you like to make a closing statement?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you may proceed.
So Judge, if you'll look at our spreadsheet, I think this is the one that the court should use to determine what goes where. It's very simple. The parties keep the bank accounts in their name. We've all agreed that he keeps the furniture from Bar Ladach. We all have agreed on every piece of property except the Indiana property. Ms. Madrano's already testified that that's in an LLC that she solely owns. Mr. Madrano testified that that's in an LLC that she solely owns. It would make the most sense to just let her retain it. She's been taking care of it. That will give her the ability to function from day one outside of her 800 a week she's making with other work she's doing. As to the liabilities, some of these are separate, and that's on page 2 of our liabilities. We've listed one of those as her separate and 2 of those as his. He's testified himself that that personal loan he took out was taken out after the date of separation. That should remain his separate property. He's derived a benefit from that. He's been able to pay his attorney. Ms. Madrano has not been able to keep up to date with her attorney with fees. As to the rest of the liabilities, if the court looks at them, it's got Ms. Madrano paying 90,000, Mr. Madrano paying 86,000, very close to 50-50. She's paying a little more because she's also deriving the benefit from some of the assets attached to those liabilities. So we would argue that those need to be distributed accordingly, not paid off the top and then moved down from that, because Mr. Madrano has taken advantage to the tune of at least $17,000 for his personal gain. As far as the vehicles go, Mr. Madrano shouldn't be awarded a car to give to a child. He has his truck in there. He has his Mercedes in there. He has a boat in there. He has 2 skis in there. He's got all of his company vehicles as well if he needs to drive those. Ms. Madrano is leaving with 1 vehicle if he has his way. Now, they can argue that the Beetle's part of that, but she sold that and she's taking responsibility for that to make ends meet along the way. So really, the only car she's leaving with is the Bentley. So she's asking that that's not a good day-to-day cars. I think most people would agree. And so that she be allowed to drive the Mercedes on a day-to-day basis, as she did throughout most of the time the Mercedes been in the marriage. Mr. Madrano did testify that the son's only been driving it for about the past 2 years. And while it's true that they did help the son and allow him to drive it for a while, it's also true that most of that time is spent in this litigation. And Judge, based on that, we just ask that this be awarded based on a 52-48% distribution. However, if the court wants 50-50, the court simply has to reduce wife's outpour from Barladock from 479 to 450 and give that balance, which is just under $30,000 to husband, and it creates a 50-50 distribution.
Thank you, counsel. I have a question. The Mercedes you're referring to that's with the son, is that the Mercedes GLE 350?
Yes, ma'am. Sorry, that's the 2020 Mercedes listed at 30,800 and change.
Okay, so I just want to make sure I'm clear. This is in the possession of someone else.
Currently, it is correct. The judge ordered that returned to him. She had it at Barladock. He just testified. The judge ordered it returned to him in those TROs, and it was.
That's actually not what he testified to.
That's exactly what he testified to.
No. And this is completely not what Judge Lee ordered. We are talking about the G63. That is what my client was talking about. If it was, the GLE 350 is with their son. The G63 G-Wagon that she was supposed to return the key to that she didn't is his car.
Judge, she's never had the G63. I'm not sure what counsel's talking about. She did used to drive the GLE.
Get back, let's see.
Yes, will you let us?
And these are garlic, ultimate garlic parm Doritos.
All right. Okay, so the Mercedes is with the
They're
son.
delicious.
Yes.
Currently correct. The GLE is.
Yes, and he's been in possession of it for 2 years?
Yes.
No,
Before
Ms.
the
Madrano
divorce.
had it for a while during that 2 years, but he's had it on and off for 2 years, yes.
Okay, so you want the court to order that a vehicle be taken from a third party? who's
No,
not
it's in her name. It's her car. It's in her name. We just want it returned to her.
It's in your name.
Oh, excuse me, it's jointly held. Sorry.
Okay,
It's not held by the son. The son just drives it. They were just helping him out. Same reason he lived at the home. He doesn't have ownership rights. He just was driving.
That's not even the same son, Your Honor.
so I guess what I'm trying to figure out here is the car that the son has been driving is jointly owned by the parties
Correct.
and wife wants it back.
Correct.
And you're saying no.
He's saying he
Correct.
wants to be awarded it. Our spreadsheet awards it to him, his spreadsheet awards it to her. So
Right.
it's just, that's one of the ones we're in dispute about that you will have to.
And
help
this
us
is the
out.
one that's upside down?
It's not upside down.
No, the Bentley's upside down.
Okay,
18.
okay, I wrote that wrong.
She drives the Bentley. It's upside down.
And Judge, if I may finish my closing, I'd like to.
Okay, well, I thought you were done. Sorry.
No.
Go ahead, counsel.
Judge, in regard to some of this stuff, if we look at who has things, the court will notice that Mr. Medrano has everything. He's already tricked her out of a home. He has the company. He has all the business assets that come with that company. Even though she's on title to everything, he's running everything at Laredo. He's supposedly living in Barladock, even though he's actually also living in Grand Prairie. All he's done throughout this case is take advantage of his own testimony that he should have whatever he wants. He wants the jet skis. He wants the trucks. He wants the boats. He wants to give his son a car. The fair and equitable distribution is to allow her to have 2 cars and him to have his 2 cars, plus everything in the business, plus jet skis, plus a wave runner, plus the boat. Giving her a car that she can drive day to day that's not a Bentley, I think would be in the best interest of this. And Judge, the fair and equitable distribution is in accordance with our spreadsheet. What Mr. Medrano has done is not fair and equitable at all. Mr. Medrano has tried to outline it to essentially divide it in half and then pick the best half. We'll rest on that.
Thank you, counsel.
Your Honor, just to clarify, Mr. Medrano's, or the personal loan, there's an exhibit H43 that Mr. Adamson just said that loan was taken out in December 2025, but there's a statement that's our exhibit 43 that shows that this loan existed before December 2025, because this is a July statement. So this is not something that he just took out, as Mr. Adamson represented.
Judge, I'll object to the misrepresentation of my closing. What I said was it was taken out after the day of separation. I didn't even use the word December.
It's on your spreadsheet that it says December 2025, and that is your.
That's the value as of that date. My closing, which is what you represented, was that it was taken out after the date of separation. So that's my objection, Judge, it's a mischaracterization.
Okay, overruled, proceed.
Okay, and further, Mr. Medrano's spreadsheet is a 50-50 distribution, as you will see, and it takes into account both parties being able to start with a clean slate. Mr. Adamson is testifying that his client is not going to be able to make it after this. Part of the reason is because they're both saddled with a ton of debt. They're not heavy on cash, as you can see from our spreadsheet, which accounts for their bank accounts, whereas Mr. Adamson's doesn't even put them on his spreadsheet. The liabilities being paid out of Barladock sale still allows both of them to walk away with almost $450,000, assuming it sells for what we all agree the value is. And so allowing them to have a clean slate allows both of them to start over, allows both of them to use whatever rental properties they're awarded to make income in addition to the income they can make from their jobs. My client is in his late 50s. He does not intend to work forever. He bought these properties as a retirement plan, as you heard him testify to, and so that he could generate income in retirement, still do some of his construction work to keep himself active, and be able to make money. There are 6 properties, and it goes to Miss Medrano, the Blanco Road one, because my client understands that her mom lives there, and so he wants her to be able to keep that property. Both of the Laredo properties he's been maintaining during the divorce. However, he's awarding one to her and one to him. I mean, we're splitting the properties, differently than what you just heard, in a fair and equitable way. This was his retirement plan. This was his dream to own.
YouTube Daddy censored me. I typed in side dick. And they censored me. Excuse me. That pisses me off. YouTube Daddy.
These rental properties, he bought them all free and clear so that he could generate income. And so it's just a complete misrepresentation that he's trying to, in some way, harm Miss Medrano or divest her of what is rightfully hers under the community property standard that we apply in this case. Regarding the Bentley, he bought the Bentley for her and she has driven it ever since. For her to now, the day of trial, because before today, she was fine awarding the Mercedes to him. That was in her spreadsheet that was submitted to the court when we were with Judge Lee. And now she wants that car back. And it's just ridiculous that she is trying to say that the Bentley is not good enough to drive. She's driven it this whole time since he bought it for her. The Beetle, again, she's saying that she sold it. We never received any evidence of that despite serving discovery. She never supplemented. We asked multiple times. So we don't know if she really still has that car or not, but we agree that she should have it. our spreadsheet also more accurately accounts for the things that she took from him when she broke into his house and changed the locks, which is the Rolex watch, the gun collection, and the replacement key for the G-Wagon that she never returned, that he had to spend $1,200 rekeying. So our spreadsheet is more comprehensive. We ask that the court use our spreadsheet in dividing the property. We also have exhibits, H1 through 68, that back up the statements for these things to show the court when everything was established, how much everything is. We try to be as, get as up to date as we could on those prices or on those values for the spreadsheet. And again, requiring them to pay off the debt just allows both of them to start fresh from the debt that they have that's listed on our spreadsheet under liabilities, so that they can both start clean, both have the best chance at restarting their lives. And again, my client disagrees with a disproportionate distribution in favor of Ms. Medrano, because we think this is a straightforward property case where the parties should each walk away with 50% of what they have accumulated during their marriage. And with that, Your Honor, I rest.
Thank you, counsel. Today is Wednesday. I typically do not give out rulings on Wednesdays because I say I do not like ruining people's weekends. However, in this situation, because there are no children involved, I don't think it would be as harmful. So the court is going to grant the divorce on the grounds of supportability. The court, after taking into consideration both of the spreadsheets, they're somewhat similar for the most part, but there are going to be some differences in the court's ruling. The $7,000 loan that husband testified to, it will be awarded as his own personal debt. The court is ordering that the home at East Bar Ladakh.
Yes, Your Honor.
And ma'am, that's where you're currently living, right? Yeah,
No.
She lives on Saxon.
Saxit.
Yes, I was living in Barlet.
Oh, you moved from Bar Ladakh.
He.
That's what the TRO was about, Judge, was
Okay.
Barnett.
All right, hold on one second. Okay, so
And Barnett, Judge, they've agreed to sell. Both parties agree with that. Okay.
yeah, that's one of the similarities. So the Barladock is going to be awarded to husband, but he has to sell it. It has to be sold. I have to award it to one of the parties. You all are to split the proceeds as outlined in husbands 2, and that's going to be less any debts incurred by the community estate that are outlined therein, which I think for the most part, those were pretty much the same in both spreadsheets.
Your Honor, I think the only difference is the property loan on Indiana, I think is the only difference in the debts.
Oh, I haven't gotten to that one yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't gotten to that one yet. So that is how we're going to handle the Ladakh. The second property, Blanco, is going to be awarded to wife. Wilson property is going to be awarded to husband. Kadena is going to be awarded to husband. The late Taze is going to be awarded to husband.
I love that one
The
too, Bill.
Saxit property
Like,
is
shut the
also
fuck up.
awarded to husband. And then the Indiana property is going to be awarded to husband, but all of the furniture contained therein will be awarded to wife.
Sorry, Judge, I think you're confusing properties. Barladock's the one with the furniture in it. And we both have agreed that those go to husband.
Okay, I have that one. I thought I heard testimony about property in Indiana.
Indiana's being rented out to 4 different tenants, and that's the property that the parties are arguing over.
That's really the property in dispute. Yeah.
Okay, so I awarded that one to husband.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
Judge, you've awarded husband every single property but one?
I think that's what I said.
That is what you
That's
said.
what I thought you said.
Yeah.
Okay.
And each is to sign a special warranty deed. So the Blanco property, husband, you are to sign a special warranty deed, giving that over to wife. Ma'am, you are to sign a special warranty deed on Wilson, Cadena, Taze, Saxett, and Indiana. The Mercedes GLE will be awarded to wife. And the Bentley is awarded to wife. Each take their own other debts, credit cards in their name since date of separation. And I think that's it.
And just for the record, Your Honor, we're confirming his separate property.
Oh, yes, each confirmation of their own separate property each takes, as outlined in husbands 2, the Wells Fargo Madrano Construction, 1801 Avenue C, Grand Prairie, and the 2014 Ford F1, Ford 250. Are there still outstanding taxes due on Taze and Cadena?
Have those been paid yet?
No.
The taxes, they have not,
Yes.
they have not been paid yet. They're outstanding.
Okay, so the payment for those is going to come out of the sale of the Ladakh as
Okay.
well.
Okay.
Who is going to draft the order, the decree?
Their petitioner, Your Honor.
Well,
So, but
that
I
doesn't
can,
really matter.
I can draft it.
Okay, so you can get the portion of the excerpt, you can order that from Joey,
Okay.
since I'm rendered the ruling on the record.
Judge, on the East Barladock money, what's the amount you're giving to the wife versus the husband?
They're 50-50.
So Judge, just so I understand.
So what I did was the way that it's outlined in husbands, I granted that, which would give her that $89,000 equalization payment from the community.
Right. Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
So Your Honor, just for the record, you just awarded wife less than 250,000 and husband all of the rest.
No, what the court did, the court has to do a just and right division of the community estate. I cannot
Agreed.
award wife something that she cannot afford because the court is responsible to making sure that things get paid. That from the testimony I heard, which was undisputed, was that there had been issues in the past when she was in charge of certain pieces of property. The court cannot award property to a party with testimony that she's only making $400 a week. And that's what the court ruled. That's
The properties are paid off, Judge. You literally just did a grossly disproportionate distribution. Is that, I don't know if the court realizes that.
no, I didn't. If you look at the bottom where it says net worth, 50%, actually hers is going to be slightly higher. It says that if I were to award it exactly how it's written out in husbands 2, wife walks away with $9,046,937.79. That would actually be higher if you move the Mercedes GLE over to wife.
Mhm.
She doesn't have to return the key. She gets to keep that second key. So if you add that over, you move that over to wife's side, that actually increases what she's getting. It's a little over $1.8 million worth of assets here.
But
Well, value, excuse me.
I understand, Judge, but if you look at their spreadsheet, it's a double dip.
Are we gonna
If-
argue about the?
No,
We have to argue that. This is the only time.
I'm not arguing my ruling. I said what I said, and that is the ruling of the court. Thank
Thank
you
you.
all.
May we be excused?
Yes.
Thank you.
I said what I said, bitch. Holy shit. Oh, fuck. What a day. What a divorce, baby. But you know what? They made the major mistake. They got married twice to the same people. Next is tomorrow, members only. Thank you for reminding me, Courtney. I don't know what happened there. Well, somebody has to do the math. Tomorrow's going to be members only. The math on that is if you're a member, tomorrow is members only. If you're not, I'm sorry, I'll see you again on Monday. But you can watch all the old shows that I've done that aren't just members only. Those are always available to you. But thank you guys so much for being here with me tonight, for getting back into the swing of things. We're going to try to go with a big bang every Saturday night going forward, and I hope you'll join me. I had a ton of fun. Did Streamlabs work today, by the way? I didn't notice. I'm going to have to look into that. God damn it. Got another list. Anyways, you guys, in the meantime, do me a favor. Remember that I love you, and I'm proud of you, and, oh my god, I'm disappearing. And I will see you in the next video. Okay, bye. Is that necklace on my
Down, ready to ride.